Welcome to Shanie Sunshine Lounge, where we learn from those who are giving their heart to their craft and businesses. Today I have an awesome, did I say awesome entertainer, Brave Williams, to share a little bit about herself, her craft, and being in the entertainment business. Brave, thank you for joining us in the lounge.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And to get right with it, would you please share a little about yourself? What had you become an entertainer? And are you taking care of yourself or others during this pandemic?
Absolutely. I mean, my journey with music started when I was very young. I was writing and rapping. I had no idea that I could sing until maybe about 16, 17 years old. And then I just really put my focus forward to develop my voice. I started a girl group called Rich Girl. We signed with Jive. We toured with Beyonce. We did some amazing things together. And it was that, I guess that moment in my life that really helped catapult me to learn the ins and outs and understand the business of music. I started my own label, Brave New World, which I just did a partnership. Yes, I just did a partnership with Universal. And we are putting out the song Don't Tell Me No, which is what you will be blessing the listeners with, which I'm super grateful and humbled that you're supporting the record. But yeah, and to answer the second part of your question, I am staying busy. The pandemic has definitely, given us all a new normal. But I feel like at this point I've found my footing. And I literally just wrapped a movie last night. We've been filming for the last 3 weeks. So I've definitely just been, trying to stay creative and staying creative.
Have you been taking care of anybody during the pandemic, and it sounds like you've been taking care of yourself, but have you had to take care of anyone else, loved ones, family members?
I mean, I've definitely done my daily, monthly, weekly, hourly checkups, with my mom and sisters. But for the most part, it's just, I learned through this pandemic that no one is responsible for Brave's mental health other than Brave. For me, it was about really just owning that I'm responsible to make sure that I continue to keep myself happy in doing whatever that is and not allowing the pandemic to, I guess just shift my focus.
One of the things, the pandemic is, as they say, what it is, and it's going to run its course. Yeah. And there's a song, and I think the guy who wrote it was like many moons before your time. But the lyric is, life is what happens when you're making other plans.
Absolutely. We are not in control.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's an old lyric, but it's so accurate. Well, we are going to move over to a little section we call Lounge Talk. So we can sit back in the lounge. Now, okay. Brave, here's the first question. It's hard work. You have dealt with many challenges. You touch many hearts. What touches your heart? What makes it all worthwhile?
Honestly, just having the fortitude to inspire other people. And I am a people person just by nature. That's why I have a fitness business where I'm able to really transform women's lives physically, mentally, just to take a woman from day one where they might have been depressed or on diabetes medicine or whatever their ailment might have been health-wise, and then to watch them transition through the health process. That's one of the most rewarding feelings I can honestly say. I love being able to do that and give that to people.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Now, okay, we have, Brave, we have another question for you coming right up after we let everyone hear your smash new single. DJ, please play Don't Tell Me No.
I know you wanna wait. Know you've had your heart broken before. This is a safe place, you can be sure that I'm everything you need and so much more. So much more. I'm selfish, I don't wanna share none of your love. When it comes to you, baby, don't tell me no. No, baby, let yourself fall for me. Don't tell me no. No, baby, let your heart fall to me. Yeah, yeah. Had your false alarms, had lovers that turned into strangers. But baby, I can see beneath those layers. What's underneath there's something much greater, worth waiting for. I'm selfish, I don't wanna share none of your love. When it comes to you, baby, don't tell me no. No, baby, let yourself fall for me. Yeah, yeah. Don't tell me no. No, baby, let your heart call to me. What does it take for you to let me call you all mine, all mine, all mine, all mine? What do I do when you won't break the rules? This one time, one time, one time. Don't tell me no. Oh, baby, let yourself fall for me. For me, baby. Don't tell me no. Don't you tell me that. Let your heart call to me. Yeah. I know you wanna, but don't be mad. I can't help it. When it comes to you, yeah, I'm selfish. I just want to give my all. So baby, when I call, don't tell me no. No, baby, let yourself fall for me. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, baby. My baby. My baby. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. My baby.
Wow. You know, I'm listening to that song and I'm like, I'm thinking of a few people. Well, actually one. I'm like, gee, I wish he wouldn't tell me no. Sometimes it may go like that. Maybe I need to, you know, like send your track to that special person.
I think you should. I just dropped the lyric video today. So if you need help with the lyrics, you can just go right over to Vivo and watch the lyric video for Don't.
I will have to do that with that special person, and maybe she'll get the hint.
Right. I got
Now,
you.
what inspired you to create this song?
Honestly, I just felt like in a time like this, it was very important to interject love. There's so many socially things that are happening, social injustice, the political realm. It can feel very overwhelming. It can almost make you feel like you are in this world by yourself, or that you're limited on what you can do to keep your peace and sanity. And for me, I guess my therapy was making sure that I could remind people that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to want to take that energy and focus it on something positive like love. Love is essential right now. So for me, the song is just a declaration of saying, don't tell me no. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful of heartache or disappointments. Let's do this thing together.
Wow. Oftentimes, with the busyness of life and with all the stuff, internet and Twitter and Facebook and all of that, it's like your spirit can get lost in the morass.
Absolutely.
It can get lost in the morass. And I'll just say important things. And the important things are what touches your heart. Starts looking like antiquated notions. And they're the things that keep us moving forward. So, wow. So thank you, but it's time for a little more lounge talk. Okay. And are you ready for the next question?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, would you please share 2 or 3 dumb things you have seen people do trying to make it in the entertainment business? 2 or 3 dumb things.
You said dumb?
Yes.
Let me think. See, I'm very, I like to think, because we all have different journeys, right? So what might look or appear to be dumb just might be, a naive decision or an uneducated decision, because maybe a person didn't know any better. So let me think on that realm. Something that I've seen someone do in the entertainment industry. I've seen a host an event for like a fast food, very huge fast food chain, and get on the microphone and say that they didn't eat fast food.
Oh, that would not be a smart move.
Yeah, I have seen that. But again, maybe they were nervous, or, who knows?
Yeah.
There's so many things that I've seen. I'd have to think for a second. If I can think of another one before we end, I'll definitely share.
Okay. Now, I actually had someone share that trying to imitate someone other than being yourself. That they felt that was a dumb thing. You're trying to imitate someone, but you're trying to, promote yourself. And they felt that was one. And, okay. Now, here's one. What was the toughest lesson you've had to learn? And that can be in entertainment or in life or whatever.
To not overthink. One of the toughest things I think a lot of us experience, and it doesn't have to be with entertainment, just in life, when you're making a big decision, when you are settling yourself to progress to another level, a lot of times we can overthink ourselves into it, and then overthink ourselves out of it before the door has even opened. So definitely something that I've learned is to be more self-aware and cognizant of when I'm doing that, so that I don't do that. And I've gotten to a place now where I can tell when it starts to happen, because a lot of times it happens and it's fear-driven, because we're encompassing upon something that's new. So we get scared, and our body, it's its job to protect us. If we get anxious, it's our body's, that critical voice in our minds. It's supposed to go off to make sure that we don't, make a bad decision. And I've learned how to control that. And I've learned that when it happens, I've learned that my biggest blessings are always hidden behind my greatest fears. So I kind of learned how to turn that part off and still brave through the moment, so that I get to the other side.
Oftentimes people collapse danger with fear. And danger is real. Danger is real.
Yeah.
Fear is what you say about a situation, or an interpretation of your feelings. That's where fear comes in. But you say danger is real. Hey, big flashing sign. If you step in there, it's got dynamite and it can blow up. Now that's danger. But fear is reading the sign. What will happen? And for most of us, we will allow the conversation about our fear to displace the conversation about our faith.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And it's so important to always find that balance, to stay grounded, to really root yourself into something bigger than yourself, so that when those moments do happen, you're not just relying on your own limited emotional map to navigate you through those situations.
Yeah, someone once told me, they said, do not hang out with your mind because you're in a bad neighborhood.
Preach. Talk to them. You know what time it is.
I said, don't hang out with, no, get out of your mind.
Yeah.
Because it would lead you to a bad neighborhood. And, when people, oftentimes we don't grasp is that we have a mind. Our mind does not have us.
Absolutely.
We have a body. Our body does not have us.
Absolutely.
So, wow. Now, wow, this has been really great. And if I could think of a way to keep you around for an hour, but I know you have a busy schedule. What was the hardest choice you've had to make regarding your entertainment career?
One of my hardest choices probably was to not give up. And I say it was hard in the context in which that moment happened, when I was contemplating whether or not to. My group had just disbanded. I just lost my dad. He'd passed away. And my manager of 7 years had unexpectedly died of a heart attack.
Wow.
So it was these kind of back-to-back situations that left me in shambles, to say the least. And it took me time to mourn the deaths, and then even the group itself at the time when I put the group together. So it was a lot to handle at once. And I had contemplated, just kind of letting entertainment go. And I'm glad that I was able, again, to essentially brave through those situations. I mean, that moment taught me that sometimes bad things happen to make us honest people, right? So here I am brave. And it's almost like, well, you have to go through something. You have to brave through something for me to be able to confidently say that is my name. And I think that year taught me that. And I didn't give up. And I managed to pick myself, back up from my shoestrings, my bootstrings, and keep going. So perseverance takes courage, and it's not always easy. But that was a big decision that a lot of us have to make, even if it's just on a day-to-day, on opening a business or having an idea that we want to pursue. But again, we'll find reasons not to, because, well, it's just easier that way. Mediocrity is easier. Yeah.
You say, sometimes I wonder, is it truly easier not to pursue your dream?
I think that a lot of times in life, I don't want to use the word mediocrity or mediocre, but you can get complacent, and just not even to say that complacency is easy, because who wants to choose to be complacent? But I feel like that's less of a challenge to fall into a cycle that you just continue. Sometimes it's harder to break a habit, right, than to pick one up. You can pick up a bad habit, but then to try to break it and be conscious of it, it takes a type of discipline. So maybe not so much that it's easier, but it does require, I feel like, a type of discipline to really, it's two different. It's two different mind frames.
Oh yeah. There's the choice to be complacent, which is really the avoidance of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the fulfillment of your desires requires being responsible that you're fulfilling your desires.
Yes.
And whatever that's going to whatever comes with that. There's an expression that we have around Old Rumpy Radio Network, and it's called self-expression. And most of us think self-expression is the ability to say what you want. And we say, when you're fully self-expressed, it's the ability to be with all of life.
Yeah.
And whatever life, you say, hey, I got this great dream, life just starts happening.
Yeah.
All right. Now, wow. This has been a great conversation. I thank you, Brave, for sharing your wisdom. I do have one question, and that is, if you had a magic wand and you could actually change something, what would it be?
There would be no more homelessness. No, everyone would have a place to lay their heads every night, forever. Like that I would eradicate homelessness. Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, how can our listeners learn more about you, and what do you have on your plate?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, I just wrapped a great film. We've been filming for the last 3 weeks, and that will be coming out in the next few weeks. So I definitely follow me on every social media platform. It's Be More Brave, BMORE, for the specific updates, and I can tell you, which network it'll be on. And Don't Tell Me No, the newest single, as we mentioned, it just released, and the lyric video is up. That is also on every streaming platform, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. And Options, I have another song that's out currently called Options. We have a music video for that on Vivo. You could just research Brave Williams Options, and that will pop up. And please follow me. Everything is Be More Brave. I'm very interactive on my social media, so I would love to hear your listeners' thoughts on the new song. It's a ballad. It's love. We heard it. To me, it's just a declaration to say yes to love. And I just hope the listeners enjoy it.
All right. I'm sure they are. And once again, we want to thank you I know Shanie's going to be upset that she was not here. Too bad, baby.
It's not your girl.
and Shanie has some awesome spoken words. So you really are going to be really like, she would have loved my spoken word.
You just have to bring me back. You just have to bring me on back.
We will. Well, once again, thank you for being our guest at the lounge. It was great. I'm Ronnie B. This is Shanie Sunshine Lounge.